Hello everyone, thank you very much for watching today. So, going live on Facebook. Let me check here, make sure we are live. And we are live. So, today we're talking about excuses because it is the 21st of January. Did you make that New Year's resolution for business-wise, for your real estate business to get to the next level? And are you making excuses or are you getting the things you want to accomplish? So I was looking up some statistics on how many people make New Year's resolutions and how many people actually follow through with what they want to accomplish. And it's surprising that only 40% of people make a New Year's type resolution, personally or business wise or professional or personal growth. I thought that was low. I thought it was going to be a lot higher. I just thought it's like, does that mean like 60% of the world thinks that they're perfect and they don't have any personal growth or anything to gain or something or goals or things? I guess there's a lot of people that just walk around every day just like kind of in a fog, and their lives are just a fog. I mean, they're probably happy people, but there's got to be something that you just want to get better at. So 40%. And out of those people, guess how many people actually follow through with their New Year's resolutions? And it was down to like 8%. Only 8% of people think it is. Make the commitment, do the things that they need to do, and feel that the thing that they want to get better at or their resolution thinks it's important enough to make that commitment in time and planning and get it done. And that is so surprising. I know in my lifetime, every year, New Year's resolutions, I mean, I think I could honestly say that every New Year's resolution, did I get to all my goals? No. But did I make a positive move forward in what that goal was? And I say yes. Either I got more organized, I got more prepared, I changed behaviors, did something. So if you're making excuses and you're not there yet, it's never too late. It's not like you didn't do it up until now. It's not like it's too late and you can't get started again. You kind of fall off the horse. You got to get back on. So today I want to go over some ideas on what your excuses might be. So you'll listen to some of these excuses, and I jotted some down, and some solutions on how to help you with those excuses. So a lot of these excuses, you might say, that's not me, that's not me, that's not me, then that's me, and there might be ones that I'm not mentioning. There's everybody's lives are different. If you're not doing the thing that you want to do or should be doing, there's an excuse in there somewhere. So I'm going to list I have 7 excuses here and 6 solutions to doing that. So number one excuse is I could start tomorrow. So there's a great quote that I love, a great point in one of the Rocky movies. I forget which one it was. Of course, I love Rocky, those Rocky movies. Not all of them, but there's one in there. I think it's Rocky 2. I should have looked this up before, but I'm kind of spitballing here. Rocky 2, where he's not into his workout. He's not getting things done. His coach is yelling at him like, "What the hell are you doing? Why aren't you getting these things done?" And he goes, "Tomorrow. We'll start tomorrow." And his coach Mickey goes, "There is no tomorrow." So I remember that. There's something that gets me going when I get to and through the day. I'm halfway through the day or part of the day, and I'm like, I'll just start tomorrow. Sometimes I think to myself, there is no tomorrow. If you don't do it today, you're not going to do it tomorrow, and you'll think tomorrow, and there will always be another tomorrow, and you won't get it done. So think, if that's your excuse, I'll do it tomorrow. Think of there is no tomorrow. You got to do it today. So that's number one. Number two, it's just in your head, you always say, I have to do this today, or I have to do this now. I got to do this. So you're making excuses of why you're not making your prospecting calls, why you're not following up with leads, why you're not building your database, why you're not growing your business in general. And you're saying, I have to do, there's all these things you say you have to do. I guarantee that probably 80% or more of those things you don't have to do. You can delegate it to someone else. You don't have to do it. I mean, unless it's, life changing. You have another job, you have to make money. So, but you gotta, that's part of your behavior. Or I gotta help someone, or I gotta make a call, or I gotta clean the house, or I gotta go mow the lawn, or I gotta shovel the driveway. Whatever it is, you might have those throughout the day. Try to write them down. How many things? Or you say, well, I have to do instead of this. Those type. I have to sleep a little bit longer, right? Because I'm tired. I got to watch my shows. Everybody's different. So number 2 is I have to do this today. Number 3, your morning routine is not supporting your goals. Your morning routine is just, are you getting up at the right time? Are you getting ready for the day? Are you exercising? Are you eating healthy? What are you doing? Your morning routine. Is anybody, rushed? I am not the earliest morning. I get up usually somewhere between 5:45, 6:15 in the morning. I'm working as soon as I get started. I have a morning routine. And of course, if my morning routine is off, sometimes the rest of my day is off, but not as productive. So you got to get a morning routine. You got to get the same time. If there's stuff that you're trying to get done, example, I don't do this, but I know people to do this, is that if you're spending your early evenings watching TV, guess what? Remember, I'm dating myself right now. Being 50 years old, I'm dating myself right now in the aspect of, we used to have primetime TV, and if you missed your show that you love to watch at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever it is, or you wanted to watch the news, if you didn't have a VHS tape or recorder to record it and watch it later, you missed your shows and the things you want. You could get up in the morning, get up at 6, get up at 5:30, watch your whatever show you have for an hour, then eat breakfast and go on. So if there's something you're doing at the end of the day, today it could be at any time. And you can watch things on your TV. So or on your phone. I'm just giving you an idea of some of the people, because I know a lot of people out there that their nights are spent in front of the TV watching a show. Yes, you have to have downtime. But when you're spending more time, my personal opinion, watching TV than you do actually prospecting, that's not going to be a good productive time for you. So get a good morning routine is number 3. Number 4, your goals have to be visual. What are your goals? Are you writing them down of your daily goals? What do you want to accomplish? Is it in a checklist? Is it on your phone? Do you have it written on a Post-it note? Is it on a mirror in your bathroom? Where is your goals of what you want to accomplish daily? Is it in your schedule? The checklist, like 1 call, 2 calls, 3 calls, 4 calls. Where is your visual? It's kind of like if someone who wants to lose weight that never gets on the scale. You got to get on the scale to watch what you're doing. So if you have goals like I want to prospect every day, you have to have that visual somewhere. Where are you doing? You just can't keep it in your brain. Something's got to remind you every day, did I get through it? Have a checklist, either on a pad or in your calendar in your phone, notepad. Something's got to be visual so you can see your accomplishments at least for the day. Number 5, your support team does not know your goals and your schedule. You got to let your support team know, usually your family, the people that are taking up your time personally, or people that you have to take care of, or they take care of you, or vice versa, or together as a team, usually a family or a spouse. They have to know your schedule and what your goals you want to accomplish every day, and why you can't be interrupted during those times as productive time, and why things are there and why you want to accomplish those. Again, one of the videos I used, the people that I'm so intrigued by the commitment of those people, that the Olympic athletes that get up in the morning, don't ever, they have set schedules to the minute of when they're working out, when they're doing things, when they train, and no one else, and there's nothing in their world or their personal life, there are people that interrupt that time because their goal is so pinpoint, focused, accurate of what they want to accomplish. That's how you've got to be. This is my time. There's nothing else that's going to take up that time, and you can move things around. There's no gold medalist, Olympic athlete that every day allowed someone or people or life interrupt their training. They didn't. They're like, well, I trained, instead of 7 days, I trained 3 days. And this day I wanted to train 3 hours, only did an hour because someone called me and I had to do this or that. That never happens. That doesn't happen. They are laser focused on that. So that's the way you have to be too. You got to let your support team know that. Number 6, excuses. I took too much on. Example, prospecting and start building your business and networking and building your database and following up with database. You got to start small. 1 call, 2 calls, 3 calls a day, and build up. You can't go, I'm going to make 100 calls today, and then you're just going to get burnt out. You're going to hate it, and you're not going to do it. You got to build up. It's kind of like if if you're not a runner and you want to run a marathon, you can't just go out tomorrow I'm running a marathon. No, you can't. You got to build up there. You got to run a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles. It can take months. If you've never run before, it could take months. Me, I'm not a runner. I can't. I don't think I'll ever run a marathon, but not one of my goals in life. But you have to start small, or you're just going to get hurt. Like if you all of a sudden a non-runner try to run a marathon today for the first time, you get hurt. You might hurt yourself permanently. Same with business. If you make so many calls and you get too overwhelmed, you could hurt yourself and just mentally of not accomplishing something because you took too much on. And number 7, that you don't have any rewards or penalties for short-term goals. Like reward yourself. You figure out something. You're like, listen, Monday through Friday, I'm going to spend 2 hours prospecting every day. I'm going to make X amount of calls. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And at the end of the week, I'm going to treat myself to this if I do that. Or a penalty. At the end of the week, if I don't do these things, I'm going to donate some money to as a local charity. And then you see yourself writing yourself a check, $20, $50, whatever you think is a penalty to you, not like $1. Like, oh, I'm going to write $1. Something that's like, ouch. Just enough to be a little ouch, like, ugh, if I don't do that, I'm going to get a penalty. I'm penalize myself for not doing it. Not even just the penalty that you're not growing your business. So those are the 7 things that I came up with that are top in my mind. Now, solutions on how to avoid these things. So number 1 is, I just said it, start small. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't get too much. Don't start making 200 calls a day. Start small. Number 2, make behavioral changes that will align with your goals. Like I said, have a morning routine. Have behavioral changes like, okay, well, I get home, I'm going to make prospecting calls between 9 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. and I'm going to make them again before I go out on my showing appointments between 4 and 5 or 2:30 and 3, anything that's in there. And so you have to have behavioral changes, because if you're not getting the things done now, you have to make some behavioral or habit changes. So you got to do that. Number 3, change your mindset that you can do it. I mean, I know if you've gotten this far in the year and you didn't get it done, you got to change. You can get it done. Everybody can do it. You just have to commit to it, schedule it, make sure it's done, and have some type of checks and balances to make sure you're doing it. So you got to change your mindset that you can do this. Remember, there's nothing you can't learn and nothing you can't do in this business. Number 4, you got to feel good when you do it. You have to have a good mindset, just like I said just right before. You have to feel good. So some of us, I like to exercise in the morning. You have to have a good mindset, get ready for the day. You can't get in an argument with your spouse or children in the morning and then think you're going to have a 100% productive day when things aren't starting. If you watch the news, doesn't matter, Fox, CNN, whoever, doesn't matter. It's all about death, dying, and bad things happening. News is bad. I try to avoid that as much as possible, but sometimes it's like a drug to people, and sometimes to me too. I was like, I want to see what's going on in the world right now, and it's always negative and gets you negative. So change your mindset. Do things that make you feel good, because when you're happy or in a better mood, you're more productive. It's a no-brainer. Number 5. It's 5 and 6 is things you can do. Just things, little things start small. Example, this is just a number. So I'm going to give you a number of a goal, because a lot of times when I coach agents and they watch these videos, they're like, Tony, you're not giving me any specifics. Well, it's specific to you. Like, how many calls should I make? How many things, what should be my daily goals? It's really up to you and what you accomplish. But I'm going to give you specifics of what you should do. So my personal opinion is that one of your goals each day is, when you're making prospecting calls to your database, is to try to add up to five more people every day to your database. 5 new people. What that is asking the people on your database to give you a name. So if you're making 20 calls a day and you're hoping that 5 of those people, minimum of 5, or one person might give you 5, of names that they could recommend to you to contact. Like, hey, you're calling your buddy Joe. Hey, Joe, just calling you, checking on you, see how things are going. I saw on Facebook that things are going great with your family. Congratulations on this or that. But I just want to remind you, remember, I'm here in real estate. I'm happy to help you. I want to be your trusted real estate advisor. Now, is there anybody that's close to you, your friends, relatives, that you could connect me to, that give me their name and number, as I would like to be their trusted advisor when they're ready? And then you could say things like, and you got to have your script that's good for you. I am not going to sell them anything. I'm just calling them because when they're ready someday, they have me, someone that you trust too, that they know who to call when they need something. So it's an easy call. They're not going to be upset with you. Just give me some names and numbers that I could build my database with and keep in touch with them over the years. That kind of talk. That not to go into training, but that changes with all different types of people. Your best friend, your relative, someone you haven't talked to a while. That the words and the way you say it obviously changes. And that's part of my coaching. So anybody watching this that wants to be coached and go over scripts, we can do that on a different time. But if you know that you can build 5 people, get 5 new people, and contact those people and start communicating with them over the years, or throughout the year and for many years, 5 people a day, and you just do it 5 days a week, you're looking at over 1,000 people a year. So when agents, it's like within a year, you should have hundreds of people or more, or 1,000 people in your database. That's the number one thing, or it's one of the most important things agents don't do. They don't build a database. They think their database is there and it doesn't grow. Yes, you have to grow it. So 5, just think of that, 5 new people in their database. It's not appointments. That's not even just trying to find buyers and sellers. It's just building your database. And number 6, the last thing, is try to get 1 appointment a day. 1 appointment. One appointment to do a buyer presentation. 1 appointment to talk to someone about a potential listing in the near future. 1 appointment a day. So either the people you're calling, they say, yes, I'm looking for a house probably later this year or soon. If you're lucky enough, they say, I'm looking now. Great. You just caught them right before they started to look. But find 1 person that you could give a buyer presentation that's looking very quickly within the next few weeks, months, definitely by the end of the year. If you know you got that, that's at least a positive way forward. And of course, more the better, but that's a way of starting small. If you make enough calls throughout the day, think about, again, 5 new people to add to your database, that people giving you recommendations, their name, number, or email to. Definitely name and number is very important, and what their relationship is and all of that, and I won't go too far in detail. And then 2 is 1 appointment, minimum 1 appointment a day that you could get, and that's what you want, or an average. So if you're making calls 5 days a week or more, you're getting on average of 1. So one day you might get 2 or 3. You're trying an average. It's kind of like, again, back to the losing weight. You want to lose 2 pounds a week. Well, the first 3 days of the week, you weigh yourself nothing. Then all of a sudden, 1 pound. Then you gain a pound for some reason in the water weight or whatever. And the next day it's 3 pounds. You just want to average it up if you're weighing yourself every day. But not like I'm a health guru, but don't weigh yourself every day. It'll drive you nuts. So that's a little bit of example of things, excuses you might be making to yourself, and some solutions to help break those excuses and get through those and get things accomplished. But this is just the tip of the iceberg of like training and coaching. So any Century 21 HomeStar agent watching this, get on a weekly coaching call with me, or we'll bring this up in our next coaching session, and we'll go more in detail about this. And again, anybody else out there, please reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you, schedule the time, and help you and be one of your many resources in real estate. So that's it for today. Have a great Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow on Friday at high noon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.